Hey everybody, it's Ya Boy back at it again with the Unsolved Mysteries. But this time, we're diving deep into history's forgotten enigmas. For every Roswell or Bermuda Triangle, there are dozens of baffling cases gathering dust. These are the mysteries that keep people up at night, pacing the floor and scratching their heads. So buckle up, grab your detective hats and get ready to explore some of the most bizarre, unsettling and downright unloved mysteries from the annals of history. Our first stop takes us to Fayetteville, West Virginia, Christmas Eve, 1945. The Sodder family, all 11 of them, are settling in for a cozy night. But by morning, 5 of the Sodder children will have vanished without a trace. There was a fire that night, a raging inferno that consumed the Sodder home. The parents, George and Jenny, managed to escape with 4 of their children, but the other 5 were never seen again. The official story is that the fire was caused by faulty wiring and the missing children perished in the flames. But the Sodders never bought it, and for good reason. The remains of the missing children were never found, not a single bone. And there were some seriously fishy details, like a witness who claimed to have seen the children in a passing car after the fire. Then there's the creepy phone call the family received a few weeks later, a woman's voice on the other end, asking for one of the missing children by name, then laughing cruelly before hanging up. The Sodder family spent the rest of their lives searching for answers, chasing down every lead and dead end. They even offered a reward which only fueled more speculation and wild theories. Some folks whispered about a family feud gone wrong, while others pointed fingers at organized crime. Despite decades of tireless searching, the fate of the Sodder children remains a mystery. Was it a tragic accident, a sinister plot, or something even stranger? You decide. The truth is lost in the ashes. Next up, we find ourselves on the sunny shores of Adelaide, Australia, 1948. Beachgoers stumble upon a chilling sight, a well-dressed man, lifeless, lying on the sand. This wasn't your average drowning victim. The man had no wallet, no ID, no clues to his identity. His pockets held a secret. A tiny piece of paper torn from a book, bearing the cryptic phrase, Taman Shud. Those words are Persian for "it is finished," from a collection of poems called The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The police were baffled. The case quickly became a media sensation, with newspapers dubbing him the Somerton Man. Theories flew faster than a flock of startled seagulls. The plot thickened when investigators tracked down the copy of the Rubaiyat from which the note had been torn. Inside the book, they found a series of seemingly random letters, a code that has yet to be cracked. Remember that phone number scribbled in the back of the book? It belonged to a nurse who lived nearby. When questioned, the nurse claimed she had no idea who the dead man was, but witnesses said she seemed strangely evasive and nervous. Despite decades of investigation, the Somerton man's true identity and the meaning of the Taman Shud code remain a mystery. Was he a Cold War operative silenced by a foreign power? Or just an ordinary guy caught up in extraordinary circumstances? The mystery remains unfinished. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get seriously creepy. We're heading deep into the Ural Mountains of Russia, 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers sets off on an adventure into the frozen wilderness. They're young, fit, and eager to conquer the peak, known as Dead Mountain, but they never make it back alive. Weeks later, their tent is found ripped open from the inside, belongings scattered, and footprints leading away into the snow. It's as if they fled their campsite in a blind panic, but why? When the bodies were finally recovered, the scene was horrifying. Some were found barefoot and scantily clad, as if they'd run out into the sub-zero temperatures in a frenzy. Others had horrific internal injuries, but no external wounds. Some of their clothes tested positive for high levels of radiation. The official explanation from the Soviet authorities was about as satisfying as a bowl of cold borscht. They blamed the deaths on a compelling natural force, which is basically a fancy way of saying we have no idea. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Was it a freak avalanche, a government cover-up, or something truly out of this world? The truth remains lost in the frozen wasteland of the Ural Mountains. From the frozen peaks of Russia, we travel to the high desert of New Mexico. Since the early 1990s, residents of Taos have reported hearing a low-frequency hum, a persistent drone that's as perplexing as it is annoying. It's like a refrigerator running in the distance, but there's no fridge. It's like a truck idling outside, but there's no truck. It's just the hum. Only about 2% of the population can hear it, and those who do describe it as a constant low-frequency drone that's more felt than heard. Scientists have descended upon Taos like moths to a very annoying flame, armed with their instruments and theories. They've ruled out common culprits like industrial noise, electromagnetic fields, and even mass hysteria. Some have pointed to underground aquifers, tectonic plate movements, or even secret government experiments as possible sources. There's even a theory that blames it on a rare meteorological phenomenon known as acoustic gravity waves. But so far, nobody has been able to definitively pinpoint the source of the Taos hum. Is it a natural phenomenon, a byproduct of modern technology, or something altogether stranger? The hum continues to this day, a constant reminder that even in our technologically advanced world, there are still some mysteries that science just can't explain. So, if you ever find yourself in Taos and you hear a faint humming sound, don't worry, you're not going crazy. Or maybe you are. Our final stop takes us to the streets of major cities across the United States and South America. Since the 1980s, strange cryptic messages embedded in asphalt have been appearing like urban mushrooms after a rainstorm. They're called Toynbee tiles, and they're weirder than a mime convention in a wind tunnel. Imagine walking down the street and seeing a square of asphalt, no bigger than a license plate, bearing a message like Toynbee idea in Kubrick's 2001 Resurrect Dead on planet Jupiter. That's the gist of a Toynbee tile, folks. Cryptic messages, often referencing the 20th century historian Arnold Toynbee, the film 2001, A Space Odyssey, and a bizarre plan to resurrect the dead on Jupiter. These tiles are more than just your average graffiti. They're meticulously crafted, consisting of layers of tar paper, asphalt, and colored vinyl lettering. But who's making them? And what do they mean? Theories abound, of course. Some believe it's the work of a lone eccentric, a modern-day Johnny Appleseed spreading their message one tile at a time. Others suspect a secret society, perhaps a group of rogue Kubrick fans with a penchant for asphalt art. Despite the attention, the identity and motives of the tile planter remain a mystery. So the next time you're walking down the street, eyes glued to your phone, take a moment to look down. You might just stumble upon one of these enigmatic messages from the urban underground. Well, there you have it, folks. 5 unloved mysteries that continue to baffle and intrigue us. From the vanishing children of West Virginia to the cryptic messages embedded in our city streets, these cases remind us that the world is a strange and often unexplained place. So what do you think really happened? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Until next time, keep it spooky.